We started last week descriptions of the hypocrite. ومن الناس من يقول آمنا بالله وباليوم الآخر وما هم بالمؤمنين يخادعون الله والذين آمنوا وما يخدعون إلا أنفسهم وما يشعرون. يخادعون الله. They try to deceive Allah. Deceive Allah Azza wa Jal, it means they have one something missing about believing in Allah. We're teaching in English on the site, so just carry on in English inshallah. Because they have problem accepting Allah knows what goes inside their brain. They don't believe Allah Azza wa Jal knows what's inside their mind. وهي main problem. تعلم ما في نفسي ولا أعلم ما في نفسك. Isa said to Allah Azza wa Jal, قل إن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم أو تخفوه يحاسبكم به الله. فهي أنفسكم اجت كتير بالقرآن. إن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم. وهي اللي خوفت, made the Sahaba worried. If Allah reads what's in your mind. So it's if you go to the Quran, أنفسكم, yeah, we put root. There's no أنفسكم in the root. So if you search for أنفسكم, وفي أنفسكم أفلا تبصرون, everybody is aware what's inside him, inside his mind, inside his body. There's a lot of أتأمرون الناس بالبر وتنسون أنفسكم, your own self. ضرب الله لكم مثلا من أنفسكم. Here, you, yourself. But when he said about him knowing what's inside ourselves, وجاءوا على قميصه سولت لكم أنفسكم وأخذ مصاحب. Trying to find the ayah when Allah Azza wa Jalla knows what's inside ourselves. Yeah. أَقْنَنْتُمْ فِي أَنفُسِكُمْ, hide in your own mind, in your own self. Yeah. وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَعْلَمُ مَا فِي أَنفُسِكُمْ فَاحْذَرُوهُ. That's the ayah in Surah Al-Quran, that Allah knows what's in your mind, what's in your soul, what you whisper to yourself. So that's one of the things Munafiqeen just don't believe in it. They have difficulty with this because they don't believe Allah exists. They don't believe He has the power, has the ability. Another one, وَإِن تُبْدُوا مَا فِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَوْ تُخْفُوهُ يُحَاسِبْكُم بِهِ اللَّهُ. Again, if you declare or show or talk about what's in your mind or you hide it, Allah will take you into account for it. And this is the ayah which made the Sahaba very worried, that Allah will punish or reward us for what we hide in our mind. And then the ayah came that Allah Azza wa Jal will not punish us for something we haven't done, and He will not punish us if we do it by force or we forget and do something wrong. Again, Yeah, شهداء لهم في أنفسكم. There's a similar ayah that سواء منكم من أسر القول ومن جهر به وإنه يستغفر لهم عقبات من بين يديه ومن خلفه يحفظونه بأمر الله. And you can't hide from Allah. Allah knows exactly what's in your mind. So when you go back to Surah Al-Baqarah, the problem they have, that when they think that deceiving Allah, they have problem first accepting Allah Azza wa Jal, the creator, sustainer, and they also have difficulty accepting Allah knows what's in their mind. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, they think they are cheating the believers. And Allah Azza wa Jal said, in fact, they only cheat themselves. And they don't even realize it, they don't even feel it. وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ وَمَا يَخْدَعُونَ إِلَّا أَنفُسَهُمْ وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ. Here يشعرون, Sha'rawi, talking about يشعرون, ويعلمون ويعقلون. يعقلون ويتفكرون. In the Quran you get these four things. لا يشعرون, شعور, the lowest ability to discover the outside world. You see, or you hear, or you sense, or you touch, or you smell. That's شعور, and that you need to use all your senses. And that's obviously unless the person is dead, otherwise he will feel. When we examine the person's level of unconsciousness, we test these sort of things: the hearing, the seeing, the skin touch, the pain, response to pain. So shu'ur is the minimum people could have. So if they think they cheat Allah Azza wa Jal, obviously the shu'ur even gone. Not only so you have shu'ur, the sense, the feeling with the senses. يعلمون, you acquire knowledge, sense something, hear you the knowledge. The child will learn the milk is nice to drink, and give him a bread, he will eat it. You give him a stone, he will throw it away. So he has some knowledge, علم. يعقلون, they have عقل, they value things. So you give 2 years old £50 note, he wouldn't know what's the value of this, throw it away. You give it to 10 years old, he would think, yeah, I can do this and this and this with it. So if you say to him, wash my car, I'll give you 10 quid, he will look into what can I buy with 10 quid. So he has عقل, he can value. يتفكرون, يعقلون, he understand and evaluate. And يتفكرون, he brings ideas. So you tell him, if you do this and this, you could get this. And they will think, yeah, but if I do that, I get even better. He start using his brain to generate ideas and generate more income, more discipline, more achievement. So يخادعون الله والذين آمنوا. So those who think they are cheating Allah, they don't even have the sense. Not only common sense, they don't even have sense to see that, all this universe created by who, all this magnificent animal kingdom and One of the things I've found it difficult to understand how these scientists think that the creatures found itself, or nature found it, and they have all the scientists who cannot even produce a decent artificial intelligence robot, and they have all the knowledge and all the skills, and then they claim the nature who have no knowledge, no skills, and blindly brought species and species and species. You come, we have in the garden, the ants have chosen many places to make like a nest for them, and they were protected. They found a hole in the light. There's a light, LED light. They found a hole in the bottom, and they went inside the hole, this small hole, and they took with them sand and earth and made a nest there. And then the light became dim and dim and dim and then disappeared. So I went and there, opened it, and there's this nest of ants. Yeah, warm and light and well protected, and good house, good house for them. So, and they did it in 3 of the lights, the garden lights. So, so this basic sense that the creator of this universe, he did create us and what's all around us, and still think we can cheat him and we can win against him. Now they have difficulty denying Allah exists, because Kafirin say there's no God. Mu'mineen say yes, we believe in Allah Azza wa Jal. And the Munafiqeen just, they have no courage to say they are unbelievers. They will lose a lot of gains and things, and they have no courage to say yes, we believe. So it's just, they swing from side to side. وَمَا يَشْعُرُونَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ. So Allah describing the Munafiqeen hasn't mentioned their names yet. He hasn't given them description. But he said those who they say believe and they don't believe, first time Allah challenged them that I know what's inside your mind, what's inside your heart, so you're not going to cheat me. So he's going to tell the believers, they're not going to cheat the believers. And subhanAllah, the Prophet ﷺ said, اتقوا فراسة المؤمن فإنه ينظر بنور الله. Be mindful of the ingenuity of the mu'min, that he looks with the light of Allah Azza wa Jal. And many of the scholars actually they do tell, you're hiding something, you have a hidden agenda, you have something else in your mind. So they expose the hypocrite quite easily. And here في قلوبهم مرض, obviously it's not a physical disease. They have disease in their heart, but it's not physical. The heart is used in the Quran. There's a fu'ad, وَأَصْبَحَ فُؤَادُ أُمِّ مُوسَى فَارِغًا. And fu'ad, they say, is the space of the heart. So when fu'ad became farig, means like there's no heart, empty. And that's when extreme anxiety, you feel it. So the diseased heart here is the heart itself. And we mentioned many times that we don't have a special location to the soul in the body, but the soul is more represented and show itself through the heart, and then the chest and the skin, and the person become too apprehensive, become like, his heart starts beating fast and starts sweating and start over breathing and things. So في قلوبهم مرض, the inner soul disease, فزادهم الله مرضا. So when they accepted to have the diseased heart, they rejected Allah Azza wa Jal, and they chose the way of hypocrisy. Allah Azza wa Jal made them more liable to, or more prone to more disease. So if you find a hypocrite, then probably you make him more hypocrite by telling him even more fibs. If you see a hypocrite, say to, it's like many feel that, CIA controlling the world, and FBI controlling the country, MI5 or the police or the Mossad, or they believe it very quickly. They believe in Allah is very weak, so they believe in any other rumors thrown into him. So Allah, by them choosing to be hypocrites, Allah make them even more sustained, or more liable to get more diseases in the heart, more of the diseases. So become more cheater and liars, and because if he is a hypocrite, he will have to lie. He will be in a position when he is expected to do things and he doesn't do it. So you ask him why. Oh, I was in so and so place. So the police came and my car broke down and I ran out of petrol, and so more diseases of the heart. وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْذِبُونَ. Now, severe punishment. Alim, in the Quran, the azab could be alim, very painful, could be azim, mighty punishment, could be muhin, humiliating, could be kabir, massive. There's many descriptions to the azab. So if you take azab, see how often it was described. عذاب أليم أن عذابي والعذاب الأليم. Again, عذاب أليم. عذاب definitely will happen, الواقع. عذاب يخزيه, مخزي. عذاب will make him ashamed of himself. عذاب مقيم, never end, continuously, continuous عذاب. عذاب واصب, perpetual penalty. عذاب غير مأمون, you're unexpected, you don't have a way to avoid it. Again, عذاب أليم, عذاب أليم several times. Again, عذاب مخزي, عذاب مقيم. عذاب أكبر, higher or bigger than anything else. عذاب عظيم, mighty عذاب. إن عذابها كان غراما. Both the punishment, pain of Jahannam, indeed is an affliction grievous. غرام. عذاب أكبر, again. عذاب مستقر, will stay there continuously. They share the adab. It's a shared. They will punish collectively and individually. Adab al-Hamim, description of Jahannam, boiling water. Adab Jahannam khalidun fihi, eternal. Adab is samum. Samum, the adab which go through the gaps between the cells, like masamat between the cells, the masame, samum. It's so, like now we know that radiation causes pain, and obviously the radiation could do many things. I mean, even microwave radiation could cause burns and things. Again, adabun alim, adabun. So adab has quite a few descriptions in the Quran, different descriptions. بما كانوا يكذبون, as we said, the hypocrite, to remain hypocrite, they will have to become pathological liar. They will keep lying day in, day out. وإذا قيل لهم لا تفسدوا في الأرض قالوا إنما نحن مصلحون. If they are asked not to make mischief on earth. It's like now the war in Ukraine. What achievement he's going to make? To him, he's saying to his Putin, saying to his people that he's making things better, making them safe from Ukraine. It didn't make them safe from NATO. It didn't make them safe from America. It didn't make them safe from poverty. It didn't make them safe from disease. But they think, they believe they are making things better. They are making peace. They are. It's like when they did the lockdown. The lockdown, in a way, tried to stop the disease spreading, but in a way, in another way, created a massive loss of production. Now we're all feeling it now. Because no production for 2 years nearly, and then things will be more expensive. So they say, no, we are making peace, while they are actually creating mischief, because they have, they cheat easily, they lie easily, they steal easily, or they kill easily. So in the name of democracy, or in the name of socialism, or in the name of peace, to make peace, in Russia, I destroyed 20% of Ukraine. ألا إنهم هم المفسدون, again ولكن لا يشعرون. They don't have even the senses to show that they are destroying things. And Allah obviously knows that. So here again, the basic ability lost. The senses that you could see people suffering. It's like, in Yemen when the war carried on, and they can see people suffering. They don't have even food or drink, and they become like a skeleton, bone, skin and bone. And they don't see it. Amazing. They don't see they destroy, like when the war in Iraq took place, and they destroy so many families and houses and children, and created poverty, created internal fight and internal sectarian fight, and the bombing, and for years, the news come that this car exploded and that car exploded, while the whole aim and idea to go and free them from the dictator Saddam and bring richness to them and make them educated and spread democracy in Iraq. Instead of that, they had all this destruction never ending. They created Daesh and ISIS, and then the fire reached them, so that shot themselves in the foot. So this is description of Allah. The common sense disappear. When the common sense disappear, then expect the world to become havoc. وإذا قيل لهم آمنوا كما آمن الناس قالوا أنؤمن كما آمن السفهاء. This is the point. They take, if they are told to believe like the rest of the people believed, they say, expect us to believe like those silly people, fool people. They are, Allah is saying, they are Himself are the sufaha, they are the fool, but they don't even know it. How do you describe the fool? If somebody refuses to drink alcohol, is he a fool? If somebody refuses to kill, is he a fool? If somebody refuses to commit adultery, is he a fool? If somebody respects his mom and dad, is he a fool? So how do you describe the fool? How you classify the fool from the intelligent? So when Allah asks them to believe in Allah as other people believe, obviously to believe, to be followed by obeying Allah, being good, being helpful, being charitable, being generous, being kind, they don't want to be this. They take the people who believe are fool. So obviously, if this is the description of the fool, they are the fool, because the fool are those who do the evil things and not even knowing that it is evil. ولكن لا يعلمون. So here they don't have the knowledge how to classify the fool from the intelligent, the fool from the good. and they don't have any cut-off line when things turn into evil actions and when things remain good. So Allah Azza wa Jal here gave them the description, they don't have the knowledge, لا يعلمون. While before لا يشعرون, worse. Here they try to be clever and say, no, we are intelligent, we are. Like I was listening to an Australian philosopher, and he was saying that there's no way he could accept that there's anything exists other than material world. That the brain is the whole self, the whole is the consciousness, is the functions of the brain. He wouldn't accept that there's anything other than neuronal actions and electricity in the brain generating the thoughts and generating the awareness and the consciousness. So in the meantime, they confronted with the quantum physics when they're told that the material behave differently, depends on the situation. Like that, if the electron is material and it goes through the double slit experiment, become a wave, and the wave is the wave a material? You know, when they talk about the wave, is it material? How do they classify it? So they go totally out of the matter. They start talking about the wave and things behave differently. So if there's things behave differently in different ways, how do you know whether there's a soul and communicating with the body through the quantum biology? Because they're saying here how these birds fly together, they never crash into each other, how the herds run in massive speed together without crashing into each other. They say there must be some quantum biology. There is something linking these animals or these birds together, and it's not material. So it must be something else, linking them. So when you take a twin and one decides to go and rob a bank and one decides to go and become a priest, they have similar brain, identical body, the same components, but who's controlling the brain? Must be something else. This is when the soul comes, and this guy doesn't want to believe there's anything else exists other than material. Supposed to be professor in philosophy in Australia, ولكن لا يعلمون, but they don't know. وإذا لقوا الذين آمنوا قالوا آمنا وإذا خلوا إلى شياطينهم قالوا إنا معكم إنما نحن مستهزئون. That's the difference between the kafir. He will be kafir wherever he goes. The mu'min will be mu'min wherever he goes. The hypocrite, they are two-faced, a double standard. When they meet the believers, they say they are believers, and when they go to their own friends who are as evil as them, Allah called them here shayateen, shayateen al-ins here, human shaitan. We say they are with them. They're just bluffing the believers. They're just messing with our believers. So that's another description Allah gave them. There's a lot of descriptions to the munafiqeen in the Quran. Obviously we'll go through it inshallah in the future sessions, and we have to end now. We're half an hour finished. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. اللهم اجعل اجتماعنا هذا اجتماعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما. We haven't got a topic for today, so we'll probably end the session today and we'll be short inshallah.